Welcome to Fantasy Smack Talk. I'm Dustin, this is Brent. This episode, we dug up a list of deep sleepers, guys you're going to be able to get really late in your drafts.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking close to the last rounds of your draft. I don't want to see any of these guys go in the 4th, 5th, or 6th rounds.
Yeah, definitely none of these guys. First guy's Mike Walker out in Jacksonville. There's a good chance he's going to be the starting receiver alongside of Torrey Holt. There are a couple other guys like Troy Williamson out there that are going to battle for it, but we really think Walker has the upper hand, and he could give you some decent value off your bench this year.
Next on our list is Steve Smith, and we're not talking about the guy out in Carolina, or of course we're talking about the New York Giants. Now everyone's really high on Hickson this year, thinking he's going to take all of the balls that Plexico left behind, but you really got to remember Steve Smith was there from the get-go last year, and he really is going to be a possession-type receiver for the Giants, so if you're in a PPR league, he might actually have a little more value than even Hickson.
Yeah, someone's got to catch the passes out there. Next we got Buckhalter out in Denver. Now don't forget all the great years that he had out in Philly backing up Westbrook. Now I know they drafted Marino, the rookie, and it's looking like he's going to be the featured back, but don't be shocked if Buckhalter gets a majority of the carries this year. He's a good veteran, and he is a talented running back.
Yeah, there's no way that Buckhalter's just going to lay down and give the rookie the job. Next on the list is Josh Morgan. I know what you're thinking. We've been bad-mouthing the Niners' anemic passing offense for weeks now, and the fact they have a rookie in Crabtree and old man Bruce out there, but exactly, it's a rookie and an old man. Josh Morgan's an athletic second-year player the Niners are really high on. Just keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he could have a decent year. Who knows? Maybe they'll get their passing game figured out. Then we got Justin Fargas out in Oakland. He's going to be battling McFadden and Michael Bush for some carries. But don't forget, Fargas was the featured back last year, even when McFadden was healthy. So don't be surprised if Fargas is in somewhat close to a 50-50 timeshare with McFadden and getting a decent amount of carries. He could give you some good value in the late rounds.
Yeah, he just seems to never get any respect.
He's always going late.
He's always serviceable. Next we have Jamal Charles, and now if this was 2 weeks ago, everyone would be really high on him because there was talk of Larry Johnson actually getting cut. But everything seems happy now, but that's just for now. You gotta remember also, Todd Haley's the new head coach and he likes to throw the ball a lot, and Jamal Charles can catch out of the backfield. He also proved he can be an every down back in week 9 last year when he had 18 carries for 106 yards, so keep an eye on him.
And especially if you drafted Larry Johnson, you're going to want to try to snag Charles in the later rounds. Next on my list is Earl Bennett out in Chicago. Now there's a good chance he's going to be the other starting receiver out there with Devin Hester. And with Cutler moving in there, they could have a really decent passing game this year. So look for Bennett to be a fairly decent receiver you're going to be able to get late. Another thing we like about him is Cutler and Bennett were teammates in Vanderbilts. That added chemistry is a nice little bonus.
Yeah, and even Cutler came down on pro day to throw the balls to Bennett, so they obviously like each other. Next on the list is Brent Selleck. Now, LJ Smith is gone out there in Philadelphia, and this tight end had a great end of the season last year and had a phenomenal playoffs. So look for Selleck to be a serviceable tight end. I'm not saying anything crazy, but it could be 60 balls, 700 yards, and a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, I could definitely see that with Selleck. Now I got Chaz Schillens. I probably screwed his name all up, but we'll know his name after this year. We really like his potential for a late sleeper. It's looking like he's going to be the #1 receiver out in Oakland. Now I know that's not saying a lot, but Oakland does have a decent amount of weapons out there. They might be able to get their offense going a little bit more this year. And look how Chaz ended last year. He had a couple touchdowns in the last 2 games, so he could be a decent part of that offense. If you think we left any sleepers out, feel free to sign on to FantasySmackTalk.com and join our forum discussions. We'd love to see who you guys are going to be taking in the late rounds. I'm Dustin. This is Brent. Thanks for joining us.
2 Oakland guys, huh?
It's deep sleepers.
Oakland, okay.